guys, it's Joy. Welcome back to my channel. This week I have my December bullet journal set up. Before we get started, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel to see more videos. So I know it's been a long time since I posted my last video, and I had continued making spreads in my bullet journal, and though I was filming them, I just didn't have the time to edit them, add music, add voiceover, and then upload them. And actually going forward, I think I have to rethink what I want my YouTube channel to be or what I'm going to upload, because I don't think it's going to be possible for me to continue as I started, which was the monthly setups and the weekly setups. I'm thinking of maybe just continuing on with the monthly setups. The weekly setups will probably stop. I will likely post the pictures to Instagram, maybe a short clip of a process video to Instagram. So if you want to see my weeklies, follow me on Instagram. Otherwise, it will mainly just be the monthlies, and I think that's what I'm realistically can commit myself to right now. And the Illustrate with Joy series will definitely be put on hold. That being said, let's get back to the actual purpose of this video, which is my December plan with me. So my theme for this month is animated Christmas movies, and each spread will be a scene from one such movie. So my cover page is Snoopy. This is a picture, I think either I found it on Pinterest or I found it on Google, and I really liked it. And it's just about Snoopy and Charlie Brown on the edge of a cliff holding a sort of a mini Christmas tree. And you can really see me do the background. So initially I started off with blue gouache, but I felt the colour wasn't really rich enough, so I also went over it with blue acrylic. Then I painted in some trees on the side there, and now I'm focusing mainly on the tree that Charlie is holding. And as with all my other projects that you've seen, it's all about layers. So I started with a light layer, then went over that with a green layer so that the individual leaves stood out. Ooh, you can see my head poking through. I think I was trying to get really, really close in order to see what I was doing, so you can see the top of my head there. But basically, I've done his trousers, I've done his shoes, and then you'll see me use intermittently one of my Pigment Microns just to add some outlines and some details and some markings. And because this is animated, I wasn't really trying to be so super realistic, so I didn't mind using a black outline. Then for this sort of ice cliff, I used some Payne's Grey to add some shadow and add some ridges and things into the cliff, so it looked a little bit more three-dimensional. And then using some, I think it's a white gouache I'm using and some white acrylic also, I added some icicles to the edge of the cliff. It's basically, I was just trying to recreate the picture that I saw, though I simplified some of the elements just to make it a little bit easier on myself. It's funny because though I just said I didn't mind using a black marker to have a black outline, with Charlie's hat I thought I'd overdone it, so I went back over it with some yellow paint. Then I used some burnt sienna to actually create that depth and create that shadow. Once done, I took off the tape and then just did some simple lettering on the side for December. Now my calendar page. So I've gone for another big calendar spread, even though in November I didn't really get much use of it. But I like making it, I like how it looks, and actually I like having sort of dedicated spreads. So rather than trying to fit lots of different elements in 2 pages, just have one whole spread for one thing. And it's my bullet journal, so I can basically do what I like. This scene that I'm painting here, this one's a bit more subtle. I don't think it's very obvious what Christmas movie this comes from, and if you know without me saying, comment down below. It's from The Nightmare Before Christmas, and it's just another picture that I googled and found on Google that I liked. And actually the whole picture had Jack Skellington in it, but I sort of cut him out because I just wanted something a little bit simpler for the spread. And then again, I've gone for this horizontal calendar Then I use my Archer and Olive acrylic graph pens to make these circles and do the numbering. Now this is a new spread for me. It's something that I saw on Instagram from a user called Hannah Maria Plans, and it's like a dedicated to-do or task page, and it sort of intrigued me because sometimes what I find with my own bullet journal is that there are some tasks that don't quite fit into 1 week, or there are some tasks that I end up migrating across like several weeks because I just don't find an opportunity to do them, and I don't like that. So rather than having to write the same thing out over and over and over again, actually having like a monthly to-do list where I can just write the tasks down as they come up, then mark off what day I did them, or even schedule them in for specific days if I need to. And I'm going to try it out this month and see if it works. Then I also like this idea of painting a whole scene around the main box. This is from the snowman. Initially I was going to leave it as just the trees, but then I had this idea to put the dog in like the center. I don't know what this dog's name is. I need to maybe find that out. And I thought it turned out really cute and I really liked it. Though his eyes were too close together, so I had to sort of paint over it and do it again. And then obviously the best part is taking off the tape. So to explain how I'm going to use the spread, so I have the days numbered 1 from 31 at the top, and then I have a column for my tasks. And basically, as tasks come up, I'm going to write them in, and then if I want to do them on a certain day, I'll put a little sort of dot, and then it's a cross for when I complete the task, just as with my regular key. Now for my tracker page. So for this scene, I've chosen the Grinch, and this is Whoville. So this is more of a background scene, and I'm not sure if it's a scene that actually is in any of the movies. It might just be like concept art that I found on Google. What I'll do is I'll link my Pinterest board that has all the concept art, all the images and pictures that I saved and I looked at when I was coming up with this theme, so you guys can have a look also. And I think this one is relatively straightforward. It's just these houses in Whoville with like a big Christmas tree in the middle of it. And actually I think on the original image there were sort of Whovillians, Whoville citizens, whatever they're called, they were in it, but I took them out just to again simplify the drawing and simplify the artwork. And at the bottom I have my trackers, so I have mini calendars for my habits and then a very simple mood tracker also. And this is the final spread I'm setting up. So this is my gratitude page, and I've chosen a scene from Klaus. So that's a Netflix Christmas movie which I love, and I actually ended up watching again after setting up the spread. I'm not gonna lie, I had such a hard time with this painting, and I'm actually still not fully happy with how it turned out, but eventually I just had to get to the point where I was reasonably happy and then just stop, because it took me days, like literally days. I don't know if maybe I chose an image that was too advanced for me, so I wasn't actually able to do it justice. In the original picture, it's supposed to be a dark night that is illuminated by street light. So the snowman is supposed to be quite dark, but I just couldn't get the balance right. And lots of the time was spent with me just like adding some white, adding some grey, adding some white, adding some grey. I think maybe in a year or so, when my art and painting skills have hopefully improved, I'll try and do this again and see if I can do it any better. I ended up adding Margot into the scene just to help it be more recognisable, because with just the snowman I didn't think it was obvious that this was from Klaus. So that's it for this month. Please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to see more videos. Follow me on Instagram to see more of my spreads and setups. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.